Little Caesars changed the game, bro.
They did.
Little Caesars changed. That's the most shot of shit.
Hey, Chewy, blood. They want you on the podcast, bro. Look, he Mexican, bro. You gotta put him on.
Am I interrupting your depression? I'm sorry.
This week's episode of The Voice Party is brought to you by Big Boy Wraps. Get your car wrapped by some of the most experienced and skilled in the Bay. Big Boy Wraps, where the big boys play.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Voice Party Podcast. Woo. You gotta say podcast after I say podcast.
Podcast.
The Voice Party Podcast. I'm here, JD, with Marcos.
What's up, man?
What's up, bro? How you doing?
Doing great.
The Sober Tweaker. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, Sober Tweaker.
And I'm here with Black Joaquin. Black Joaquin, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing fine.
We're rocking the Voice Party merch.
Oh, yeah.
Switching it up. Cool. I'm glad you got rid of the red one.
Well, it's
Let's not talk about that. I'm here with Phil. What's up, Phil, with the ones and twos?
Oh, hey, how's it going, everybody?
Good. That's the last time you're going to hear Phil in the rest of the episode, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, we'll see if the subject of Republicans and Democrats comes up.
Oh, my God. And then we got a very special guest. Drove all the way from Watsonville. I'm happy that I've been wanting to have her for a while. Give it up for Gabi Bravo.
Woo! Thank you.
You're not supposed to woo for yourself. We woo for you.
Oh, well,
You can woo for yourself.
I like
kidding.
the extra.
Thank you for coming out, for real, though. That means a lot. Like, you drove far to get here.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm always down. And it was super fun. It was a nice drive, too.
Was it raining?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I changed my windshields before I came here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
The wipers.
Oh, windshield wipers, yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, the wind.
Oh, yeah.
You know how to do that?
No, they were pretty bad. They were like flopping around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I did for years? I only replaced the driver's side one because I was broke.
Well,
you have to buy them one like separate.
Yeah, because it's just buy one. Like, who cares what the passenger sees? Like,
no, they're expensive. They're
They're like $60 something.
each. Or like they're like $30 each, and I'm like, I'll just take two. But it did cross my mind.
Yeah.
Of just like getting one because nobody goes into my car other than my dogs.
Yeah.
So
That's because you haven't hit rock bottom yet. That's where I was in rock bottom, just one. No, I'm just kidding.
well, I hope not. I hope it's always a choice just to buy one.
Oh man, what have you been up to? You got a lot going on right now.
Yeah, you've been killing it.
Yeah, so I've been keeping myself busy. A lot of little projects have been coming up.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty happy because for a long time I was kind of like holding back a little, and right now I'm just kind of in taking anything mode. Mm-hmm. And yeah, a lot of collaborations, and I'm collaborating with Flaco. And
I just saw that on his TikTok. You guys have something together.
Yeah, well, we have something together already.
Oh, okay.
But we're actually working on a song, a new song, and my latest music video got played in the Watsonville Film Festival, and
Cool.
And I played at the after party.
Yeah.
So that was really cool, and I met a bunch of filmmakers that are really passionate about their art and their film. Mm-hmm. And it's pretty awesome to be around people that are like super into their art and they're passionate about it. So it's like a nice world to be in. I feel like that was my kind of world.
100%.
Yeah.
So I was going through your Spotify. Interstellar.
Yeah.
My favorite song.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, love that one. You have very Lana Del Rey, Marina vibes to me. It's got it's very it's vibey. I like that a lot. What was your inspiration for making this kind of music?
Oh, well, Interstellar, to be specific, I wrote it after a movie called Interstellar.
Okay.
And that movie totally inspired me, and it blew my mind, and it changed my heart in a very like positive way, where I've always been kind of like into like the universe and the stars and like different realities and shit. But I feel like that movie really took me there and back. And so I decided to write that song about it. And in general, I feel like who inspires me, it's interesting that you mentioned Lana, because I used to listen to Lana when I was younger. That kind of like sad, eerie, so
it's like sad girl pop kind of, but it's vibey.
Definitely a sad girl pop.
Yeah, I mean, but it's great. You know what I mean?
One windshield wiper vibes.
Yeah, you have like one windshield wiper vibes.
Yeah. Full rain.
Full rainstorm, hailstorm, just one windshield wiper.
It's just the metal scratching your windshield.
Yeah. All alone.
No, dude, that's. Oh, sorry. Well,
No.
Oh, yeah. That I love that kind of music where, it kind of takes you to, for me, like the music, listening to your music. You know when you smoke weed, and after you after you calm down from the anxiety that you get from weed, that cool chill, that feeling, that's what I feel like your music, for me, that's what it makes me feel like. I love that, like very at peace.
Yeah.
I showed one of my buddies and he said that would be perfect for when he does shrooms.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So.
That's a compliment right there. Thank you. Yeah, I would hope that it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's cool. It's really vibey. What? I was listening to Aquí se rompió. What is that?
Good job, bro.
Yeah, sorry. I'm Mexican, but I don't speak any Spanish.
No, you're good.
So I wanted to ask you, what is the song about?
What is the song about?
Because I couldn't translate it myself.
Yeah, well, that song it could be about many things. I feel like the message that you get right away if you speak Spanish, it seems like a relationship song, but it is, but it doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. It's about like breaking connections with people that are not good for you or your circle, or that whether it's a family member or a boyfriend or a girlfriend or
a friend.
It's just aquí se rompió una taza y cada quien para su casa, and that's a Mexican saying. What used.
Was that? Sorry.
Aquí se rompió una taza y cada quien para su casa. That's a Mexican saying.
I've never heard that one. That's good.
Yeah, and I feel like that's one of my most popular songs, and I feel it's because of that.
With that being said, be careful with my mug.
No, I won't.
I'm just kidding.
I'll crash it and then I'll go home.
What does this saying translate to in English?
Yeah, it means.
It doesn't have the same flavor in English.
It won't. It sounds stupid, but it's aquí se rompió una taza. Here there's a broken, or here we break a cup, and everybody goes home.
No, that sounds like a really cool idiom though. Here we break a cup and everyone goes home.
In Spanish, it rhymes, so that's why it sounds different. You know, like
It's almost like in Spanish, it's like okay. We break something and then everybody goes home, or it's time to go home. It's time to
call it a day.
Or
someone kills the vibe and it's time to disperse.
Yeah, like peace.
The party is over.
With that being said, do you ever struggle with like you want to put something in the song, like as far as like something like that you want to translate it, but it doesn't have the same? Because I feel like that there's some songs you listen to in Spanish, like I listen to Juan Gabriel. And some of the lines, I'll show it to friends, and some of those lines, like they're bangers, but they don't have the, it's not the same when you translate it to your friends in English, and they're like, no, that's what it means?
You're like, this song is stupid.
This song is sad.
I think that's the same with any song in a foreign language, Japanese anime is full of...
What was it called? Lost in translation, when like a lot of stuff gets lost in translation? Yeah.
Definitely happens to me. I haven't, in songs like I write in English and Spanish, and actually just last night I was working on something that is both languages in one song, but it has happened to me plenty of times when I'm like working or trying to translate something to someone. I'm like, oh, that sounds really silly. But it definitely happens all the time.
Yeah. I find that the same way, because we tried to do a Spanish version of one of our songs, and trying to translate from English to Spanish, like it just didn't work that well, because you had to be more proper about it, and like we don't know how to write kind of in slang and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like it just didn't turn out like great.
Yeah, switching the vibe could be,
it's like that George Lopez joke when he says in English, in Spanish you say tienes pedo, and it's where you got fart. Like it doesn't, it loses its.
Yeah.
How long you've been performing for? Have you been involved in music for?
Yeah, well, I've always liked music since I was a kid. I've always kind of like would get on like tables and like whatever I could get myself on when I was a kid. But that was back then. When I came to the U.S. when I was 11, I'm 30. How old am I?
Hold on, I gotta.
You
make
forget
a phone
after 30.
Okay.
I'm 31, but I'll be 32 next week.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Happy birthday to me!
Yeah, happy birthday.
Pisces, yeah.
Well, it would already be your birthday by the time this comes out.
Yeah. So you're 32.
Thank you. See, we're like into the future.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I've been, and then after that, I started doing like talent shows. Like middle school, I did my first talent show, and then high school, I was in a little band, but it never really made it out. We recorded one song, super cheesy. I still have it.
How old were you?
31.
No. When you record
the time of the recording of the song.
She was 31 when she was in her middle school band.
Sorry.
She goes, "Come on, Timmy, I need $30 from your parents now. We need studio time."
You were in the
Timmy wasn't that serious.
System.
Look, I know you got school, but you gotta show up. You gotta show up for practice on Tuesdays.
No, you don't need a 6th grade education. We're gonna be rock stars.
So Disney this next week on Disney Plus.
You know the thing that used to do with
yes,
yours is just a windshield wiper.
Exactly.
No, sorry.
No, it's good. I need to laugh more often.
Yes.
I'm a sad girl pop.
I'm so sorry.
No, I love that. I always say that. I'm like, how do you best describe your music? And I'm like, well, it's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Sad girl pop. If that's not a coin turn, it's going to be coin.
Just imagine if the instruments cried.
Sexy sad girl.
Sad girl pop, because like sad boy pop is like, it's a huge thing.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's like what a lot of like the guys are doing, like kind of with bedroom pop. It's almost really similar.
Bedroom pop.
Yeah, so bedroom pop it started off with just guys,
people just doing music in their
bedrooms. Yeah, making pop music.
Oh, okay.
Singing. So it's like bedroom pop.
Wait, not what I thought it was.
But also like it sounds very it's very minimalistic. Like you can tell the difference between the people that wrote on Katy Perry versus Nick D from TikTok. You know what I mean?
It's like at-home production kind of reminds me of SoundCloud rap.
Right.
You know,
it's great. It's great music, but it's his own genre now.
Yeah,
you know. So
genres have a way.
You produce your own music.
Out.
Well, I always have like confusion about that word because I write my own music, and I write everything from the lyrics to the music part.
You do.
But I go to an engineer to get it recorded and mixed and mastered. So.
Okay, yeah, because I was looking on the credits on Spotify, and no one's listed as producers on any of the songs. So I was wondering, so does that mean that you did everything? Like, because you're right. There's a difference between engineer, mix, mastering engineers, and then they're all different, but sometimes they do blend in.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you can get a one-stop shop package where the guy can do everything for you. He'll even help you produce it, record the record, be a studio session and musician. But as far as like production, like you had the idea, you knew where it was going. That's all you.
Usually that's how it happens. Yeah.
Let me ask you about instrumentation. Are you using software? Are you playing your own instruments, or are you collaborating with anyone else for the instrumental part? So you're writing the music, but how is the music getting played?
Right. So the way I perform my music is through a keyboard, a Juno DS, and that already has loops that you can record into and hit play and mute and do the same over and over. So actually, like, all my music is based on loops, and that is the same way that it gets translated into like software later
The
to
recording
like
process.
Yeah. And so maybe I'll add a little bit of flesh to make the song more cohesive and like more full.
Sure.
But real instruments I don't really use. Sometimes the engineer might not compose anything, but just kind of do something along the lines that I already do,
Right.
to make it more meaty.
As a proponent of modern music, I would say that your keyboard is indeed a real instrument. You know?
Yes.
Yes.
I call it my husband. My Juno is my husband. I am married.
Everyone who owns one says the same thing.
Yeah.
They're phenomenal. No, but I get what you're saying though, as far as like the instrumentation goes, like, because you can really build a solid track off kind of whatever you're starting off. It's very, like I said, very minimalistic. You don't need a lot to make a record pop.
And it's all you.
I tried to stay very minimal, and I know that at one point I'm already kind of doing it, of like learning more and jumping onto the next thing to learn, because this is good for right now, like having my keyboard and just doing simple setup is great. Because when I perform, it usually takes me like 15 minutes to like set up and sound check, so that's amazing. Most sound guys like really love that.
Are you using kind of the same setup as like Flacco when he's doing like his solo?
I think so.
Like very keyboardist, backing tracks and stuff like that.
It's just a keyboard and mic.
I have a question. I ran away. I raised my hand.
Sure. Please share.
That song, the song "Your Love," I listened to it like 30 times when I played it. Like when you sent me the video, I was like, "Holy shit!" Like I'd never heard that one. So that's an example of something you wrote all by yourself and then just got on your camera and filmed yourself singing it?
Yep, that's basically the base for a basic performance and recording.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
When did your performance career start?
Well, I was in a band. Okay, the answer is
because I know there's like you told us like you did the middle school stuff, but like when do you consider yourself like really starting? Like
right.
You're gonna answer. I'm 31.
She goes, no, I only have one windshield wiper.
I started again. I don't know, like. I started in a band called Pan Dulce, and I don't know how long.
That's a good name.
That's a great name. That's
I should be in a band called Pan Dulce.
You look like a Pan Dulce.
Atole and Pan Dulce.
That should be a punk band. Atole and Pan Dulce.
Yeah.
Diabetes opening for Pan Dulce. Diabetes.
That was like 10 years ago.
Whoa,
they really got into the Pan Dulce.
Yeah.
We're gonna start a side project.
It's okay. I won't be mad if you take the name.
Oh,
we're broken up now.
Pan Dulce. I'm sorry. You're saying?
Yeah, so I think that was like 10 years ago.
Okay.
I came in hard with Pan Dulce because I.
So did I.
Okay.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
I know what to bring next time.
He doesn't need it.
Okay.
Yeah. No. So, again,
10 years ago.
10 years ago, Pan Dulce.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So 10 years ago, I was like going through some shit, and I kind of.
That's how it starts.
Oh yeah, always. So like I went away in my mind, and literally I was living like a little bit off grid, just like going to work. And then I met Alejandro, trombone player, and then we became friends, and from there we met other people, and then we became Pan Dulce. And we played for like 3 to 4 years together, and after that I think the pandemic, people moved away, the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
And then
that messed up a lot of bands.
Killed a lot of bands and other projects.
fucking COVID.
Dude,
Yeah.
that pushed our band 2 years back.
Yeah.
100%.
You guys should have been famous by now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
feel it.
got me real close to Pan Dulce.
Yes, a lot of people. For a lot of people, yeah. Well, I don't know. I think all the shops must have been closed.
Yeah, one like I mean, I know. Okay, all right.
This is off. This is
just because you mentioned Pan Dulce, one of the like best bakeries in the Mission closed during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Like a lot of that happened. A lot of those bakers, panaderias.
Gone.
I don't mean to kill the mood.
No, what I feel like,
He killed the mood with a
A
smile.
local fat comedian doesn't know anything about music, so he starts talking about food. What?
anyway,
Who would've
forget
saw
about
that
the
coming?
music.
The next band was called Caldo de Res, and so your band, like so that was recent in a way, kind of. I mean, the 2020 wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
So you had that band recently.
Oh yeah, I kind of lose a sense of time sometimes, but I feel it was like kind of broken up before that.
Yeah.
Because like people moved away to Sacramento, and then the other guitarist moved somewhere else, and our drummer moved to like the East Coast. So by then I was like, okay, I got a hang of like how to book shows, how to like network, and most important, like how to do things on my own in terms of music. And I've always been kind of a writer anyway on my own, and even though a lot of the songs didn't make it in Pan Dulce, I was always happy that it was okay for that not to be that way, because I was like,
Now you have a space.
low key, I was like creating something for myself.
Right.
Kind of like a
And-
blessing, though, right? Like that happened in a way.
Yeah, it was a push and it was a change. I played my first solo show. I opened for Las Cafeteras in
I think I've heard of them.
in Santa Cruz, and
Oh, I was gonna say, and is that Little Jesus? You opened up.
that was someone else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it was at the same place.
Okay. Yeah. I saw that you opened up for them.
Yes, I
well.
did. That was really fun.
So how does that process go? Getting to like, because you're basically starting from scratch, yeah, and then getting to open up for these kind of bands and these kind of artists at these venues in Santa Cruz. Like that's a process.
I've been pretty lucky, and also not just lucky, but like really putting in the work too of like staying consistent with my social media, and staying grounded in terms of my music, and like really working on songs and creating it so that it feels right to the crowd and also to me, obviously. But I've been kind of hit up. Most of the time I get hit up by people to like perform and stuff, and I don't know, I'm just really genuine about like what I want to do and what I want. So I feel like sometimes people see that and they're like, okay, you'd be good to like perform. And like I know some people that work doing sound and stuff like that.
Oh, cool.
So
Yeah.
like they kind of like link me up to
Your
other
connections.
artists. Yeah. And so I'm thankful that I have those connections. Shout out to 23 Hour Entertainment. He always does like my sound sometimes when I have shows. He books me quite often, and pretty grateful for that. So I feel like connections, and I was pretty stoked to open up for Little Jesus.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's cool.
And that's the thing that, like, I mean, having talent isn't enough. You gotta put the social media. You gotta work. You gotta, like you told me. You told me earlier that story. You went to LA to perform and came back the same day for like a last minute gig. Like, fuck, that's impressive, dude.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
a lot of people wouldn't do that.
Yeah, it was fun, and I was kind of like feeling really adventurous. Where was I going with
Just
this?
had brand new windshield wipers.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm sorry. I'm gonna be mentioning that.
I
a lot.
have
I'm
to.
sorry. That's the last time. That's the last time.
okay, you said it. Or else I'm walking out.
She's driving back to LA. She talked about.
I'm going to LA, and I'm gonna
It's
just.
a great running gag. Like,
Yeah.
But yeah, what did you do in LA for that show?
So what happened was I booked that. I don't even know, but
It happens.
well,
What was I supposed to do today?
Okay, so basically, I have this little short video clip of my latest music video that I promoted, and then it was through that promotion that someone came through and said, hey, would you like to play a show, open up for us in LA? And I was like, sure. I said sure. I didn't even know their name or the band or like where the thing was, you know. I was just like, okay, I want to go to LA, let's go.
Never say no to gigs.
And he's like,
Well,
are you
sometimes you got to say no to gigs.
yeah, I've said no to ridiculous ones, but
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to say no.
the feeling, the ideal is right, but sometimes it's not worth it. But it was worth it for me to go to LA because haven't played in LA. And so it was just kind of a nice opportunity.
It's a different vibe out there, huh?
Very, yeah.
In what way? I know you mentioned, but like, you know,
so like the atmosphere can kind of be the same per se, like if it's like a little small club show, depending what you're doing, but like everyone there is somebody, right? Everyone there, especially when you're playing,
or like somebody that's also probably in the band or something.
I mean, it could be anything.
A producer,
I mean,
record exec.
Well, it's a whole different thing. So when you go out there, the other bands that you're playing with, right? Like they are somebody. So like when you come out here, we'll play with bands like, oh yeah, we all work at Starbucks here. For them, they all do music full time. They've worked they have some kind of deal. They know people here, and here. And so you're like, there's a lot more internal pressure to be your best and show them like, oh, just because I come from the Bay or just because I come from, you know, wherever you are. And like, I could like, I deserve to be here too. But you put a lot of that self pressure on you. I felt that.
Is that the experience you had?
Well, I honestly went in blindly. I just said I want to be there and I'll go. And to be fair, I had another show the day after, which was the reason I wanted to come back the same night because I had a noon, like a festival thing.
Jesus.
But then it got canceled, so I was like, okay, well, I still want to come back.
Yeah.
Because I'm solo and, well, I didn't book a hotel or anything. But the band members were super nice and everybody else was nice and they were all pretty surprised that I just like went for a showing. Yeah. But they were super kind and yeah, I definitely get the vibe of like everybody being super like prepared and kind of have this idea of like, or this feeling or this vibe of like being big or being someone already.
Right.
Like, so I really liked that just because it's ironic, but that day I dressed like shit on purpose. I was like, I'm just gonna like be whatever and I'll let my music speak for me kind of thing. Also, it was a drive, so I needed to be comfortable. But normally I like to dress like nice when I perform because I consider like how you dress and like how you carry your music too, like how
that's all the one package.
Yeah, and I really like that because I like fashion, so at least I try. But that day I looked like shit, and then I was like, oh damn, all these people look super nice.
What made you decide like that was the day that I'm just gonna let my music speak for itself? Especially knowing you're going to LA.
It was
like the one place you wouldn't. Ever want to do that. It
was a new identity for me, so it was like I'm showing up as I am, and
Kurt Cobain, like with his messy.
Yeah. So basically, that was a new identity for me, kind of feel.
Sure.
And I was like, it does not. I don't think. I just didn't feel like it was gonna matter too much.
Yeah.
Especially letting your. Oh, God.
What's your when you're talking about style and fashion, like what is your onstage style? Like, are you aiming for something highbrow like Dior, or are you aiming for hipster? Like, what's your presentation?
Damn, well, that's kind of an interesting question. I feel like my hair is kind of like what defines my outfit.
No, I get that 100%.
Yeah, like my hair is like the one thing that I have always as a statement. So I have my curly big hair, and sometimes I think of like making it straight, but then I'm like, that's not me. If I were to meet someone, I would like them to see me like this. And I also feel different when I don't have my curly hair, but I feel like my curly hair defines the rest of my outfit. And I tend to go for something kind of boxy. I tend to wear a lot of blazers, like the big oversized blazers. And now I'm getting into shades, like I'm wearing these, getting into more accessories, and I like tall shoes that are like bold, and I like bold colors.
Combat boots, kind of. Yeah, I love combat boots. I'm wearing some right now too.
Yeah, they're perfect. And I'm also into like the 80s. So I love incorporating a little bit of 80s, which is kind of like my hair already naturally, because they were big and like frizzy and curved. So like I like poppy colors too. Just kind of having like a statement, something, whether it is my hair or a blazer.
Yeah.
Or all my clothes one color. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a thing like you mentioned earlier. I noticed that recently. I went to a show and I was wearing like a button up, and I ironed my pants, and I was like, I felt like I looked nice. And then the next day I did another show in a hoodie with jeans, and like my shoes were hella dirty. Like the white part was yellow, those kind of shoes.
Yeah.
And I was wearing a hat and I was all like a mess. And I did I don't know what it is, but I did better looking like shit than I did when I was.
I think
because I was comfortable,
right?
Like, and I feel like I'm always wearing hoodies more than like this is how I usually am. I don't know what it is about that like you kind of I don't know, like you said, the pressure sometimes of it's not pressure, but
it can
I feel
be pressure.
comfortable. I feel comfortable.
Yeah. I think too. You have to. I think music and comedy are a little different in this sense, where, like in music, no matter what. Like because talking's not our main point, right? Mm-hmm. The music is the main point of our show.
Yeah.
So when you're performing that, you want a style, around the whole thing. Like that's kind of props, right? It's part of our show.
Yeah.
Where for you guys, dressing nice is always cool, but like you get to talk to people and make them feel personal just with your personality.
You can win them over.
You can win them over that way.
Yeah.
So like if I met you on the street and you were just instantly funny and we were talking for 2 minutes at a bus stop while we were both waiting for the bus, I don't care what you were wearing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
But if you were seeing me perform and I look like shit versus I looked really nice, you'd be like, oh, that's the difference if I would buy a ticket to go see him or not.
Yeah.
Or if I take him serious as an artist or not.
I was wearing
that's the difference.
I was wearing a hoodie for a free show too. So
yeah.
Yeah.
But I definitely feel like the connection between wearing something that makes you comfortable, and I go back and forth all the time. Like, do I want to channel like my femininity, or do I want to channel like my
chilling at home vibes?
Yeah.
How do you balance that?
I guess it depends.
Not.
It depends on the weather. I'm just like today, like I changed like 20 times.
Yeah. I did that last night.
And then I ended with like whatever. I was like, okay, just wear these boxers.
Running out of time.
Just put your shades on, and that'll look cool enough.
Yeah.
You do look cool though.
And I thank you.
You know what I like? The way you're holding the mic earlier. Like I feel like we're at a punk show. You're about to.
Yeah, that's a very.
I was like
wrap it around.
Yeah. I was like, that looks dope, man. Like that's part of your aesthetics.
With my hands sometimes, like when I'm performing, I like have to grab.
You grab the wire.
Yeah.
I used to do that when I was nervous when I first started stand up.
You fuck up the mic.
No, that's fucking up the wire.
It is. Yeah.
This isn't. What she's doing is.
No, I know.
That's rockstar shit.
I used to do this because I was nervous.
That's doing it right.
Yeah. No. Yeah. That's
right.
not at all what I would do. I would do this because I was nervous. Like,
Rolling it like hair.
hey guys, you guys
The sound guy's cutting you off.
having a good time?
Stop booking JD. He's fucked up 6 XLRs already.
I want to talk to you about your like growing up, your music background, like that. You like what you grew up on,
Right.
Because you said you came here from
Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm from Veracruz.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, I grew up there, which means that I grew up listening to my mom's music, which at the time was Janet. Janet has a very soft voice, kind of dreamy, sad girl. Definitely came through. And also like, when I say like salsa, like other salsa music, Ricardo Montaner, trying to think of all the artists that she would listen to. But I feel like Janet, Julieta Venegas back then, more of the pop later on. But yeah, when she was there, when we were over there, and because I was a kid, I would say Janet was one of the ones that I remember the most.
How old were you when you came over?
I was 11.
Okay, so how did that change for your shift? Like what you gravitated to when you came here?
Well, it was a culture clash.
Yeah.
But it really pushed me to learn. The story that I have for that is that I was going through the change I came from Veracruz, which is really hot in weather, and I was always cold here, and it was a summer, but I was cold, and I was alone. My mom worked a lot. She was a single mother. Actually, she was a single mother, so I spent a lot of time on my own, and I was going to school at one point. Started going to school after the summer, and then basically in my head I said I need to learn something. My mom's like, oh, te tienes que poner a aprender karate, and I was like, I don't want to learn karate. But I see where she was coming from. Maybe she saw me that I was struggling to blend in, adapt, and she was probably like, you need to exercise, like move, leave the house. But I was like, that's not me. I don't want. But now I wish that I had learned karate.
Never too late.
No, I could still.
Well, I mean,
kick ass.
At some point it could be too late.
It could be to my bones.
I mean, once you get to 80,
I'm like 32 now.
Tai Chi, yeah.
Yes.
I can still help you in the fight.
Less motion on your knees. But yeah, basically I said, Mom, I think I want to learn an instrument. And I was like, okay, it's either between drums or a keyboard or a guitar. And how I went about deciding that, I was like, well, I live in an apartment. I can't have drums. Guitar, I guess I'm not much of a string person. So I guess what was left was the keyboard. And my mom gave me a keyboard from Radio Shack. I don't know if you guys remember.
Yeah.
When Radio Shack was still open.
Hopefully our listeners remember Radio Shack. I don't know if they
Flashback.
Back in my day, we used to go to a place called Radio Shack.
Yeah, so she got me a Casio.
Nice.
And that's how I started. Yeah. Self-taught.
That's the best way sometimes. Like you messing around with something at home, like, a lot of people start off.
It's the only way sometimes.
It's the only way sometimes, yeah.
Because lessons are expensive. That's why a lot of people are teaching themselves, YouTube and stuff like that nowadays for kids that are coming up. But
the lessons are hella expensive.
Yeah.
No one can spend, $100 an hour. And I get it. Like, you need to get paid as a teacher.
Yeah.
But no one can afford that.
Inflation button. Hit the inflation button.
Or I can learn something, upload it on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then get paid through ads and stuff if it blows up. You know what I mean?
And that, and also like coming from a background that I came with, sometimes like that's an example of like the family background of like,
I was gonna say
maybe
musicians.
There wasn't a clear path for my mom for me to find lessons, because she didn't know, or she doesn't know English. So it's like she's on survival mode, trying to like work, trying to provide. And so that's where it kind of like took on, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna learn this. And I can honestly say that music saved my life. And I posted this the other day as feeling melancholic, and I don't mean it in the way that I was feeling like I wanted to end my life or anything, but just like growing up, you face like all these changes, and then you're like, find this one thing that keeps you busy in your mind, and then you grounded, and you start to develop a passion for music. And I feel like that is my story in terms of like how I started. Yeah.
Love it.
That's beautiful, because that's like if you don't find something like that, all those things that you're talking about can eat you up eventually. And that's what happens. I've seen, like, you see people that don't have something they're passionate about. Like, yeah, I like watching this, I like doing this, but it's not something that you can be passionate about, and you could also express yourself with it. It'll eat you up.
Yeah.
And I think that more people need to, like, go and try something that kind of challenges you, and that also you get to express yourself with, because that's, I mean, some people end up ending their life, and it's like,
yeah, horribly sad.
And just shining a light on people that are interested in art and music. It tends to be a little bit extra hard for those kids and those people, just because we tend to have a certain mentality and a sense of a different worldview on like certain things. And so I feel like, where was I going with this? Point is that musicians are musicians.
They're sad.
They're sad.
They're sad girls and boys.
Hey, but I'm
all kinds of things.
I'm sure I don't know if we'll ask you, like.
Speak for myself.
Yeah.
I speak for myself. I want to make sure I say that on camera.
We have a disclaimer.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's been like, based on like what you said, like people, it resonates with people when you're, like you listen to something that it sounds like when you're sad, you listen to something and it sounds sad, but it also kind of cheers you up. Have you had people reach out to you so that, man, this made my day, like this cheered me up listening to this?
Yes, well, I get a lot of people saying like, like I feel like I'm in the stars, like, and I'm like, well, that's great. My music, it tends to be melancholic and also like not entirely sad. But yeah, melancholic is the word because it's like in between sad and happy. Just feeling a sense of a hope or like
spacey,
yeah.
Spacey.
I like that.
Yeah.
What out of all the
imagine NASA saying that word.
Yeah.
You guys ready to feel spacey to the astronauts?
We're gonna go do some space stuff today.
Oh my god.
Out of all the songs that you have released right now, what was one of the hardest to write?
Hardest to write. Well, I'll say this: the hardest to release was Una Noche Más because it's soft and it's very emotional. But the hardest to sing is Interstellar because it's high up there.
Okay.
Get it?
Yeah.
A lot of space in between the verses.
Thanks for laughing, guys. I don't feel that awkward anymore.
It took me a second to like realize what you were saying. I was like, huh?
I like looked at you
ever done
hard.
stand-up?
Yeah, I was like, I don't get it.
You ever done stand-up comedy?
No.
It doesn't work apparently.
I need some more work.
That'll kill in the Berkeley physics department. Let me tell you.
I like how she said it's very high up there.
Please laugh.
She has a
I'll say it again.
Applause.
High up there. Like
No, you ever see when like you see like all the Latin festivals and they go applauso, and they're like they tell you to applause. I hate that shit so much. Hate it so much.
Don Francisco when they finish the song, they're like,
yes.
Yeah. It's like, bro. I was like, let us decide if we want to.
When I was younger,
you were trash.
When I was younger, I hoped that one day I could be on Don Francisco, and just never gonna happen now.
You hope? Well, because he's old.
The end of the show too.
Yeah, I saw a clip of Bud Bunny trying to sing a song to Don Francisco.
Really?
He's like, and Don Francisco was like,
This is trash, dude.
He's a very traditional man who grew up bringing a lot of like classic artists, so it's a contrast to see like Bud Bunny right in front of him. Like, what are you singing?
Yeah. Are you a fan of the newer style music?
That's also what I was gonna ask you. What artists do you like right now that's out?
Like, are you into Bad Bunny, J Balvin, like those kind of things, or are you not?
Those are like the party people. But I was telling JD that I was listening to Kali Uchis on the way over here. That's my take on that answer. Like, I think I like female artists for some reason.
Who are some of your favorite female artists today?
Kali Uchis is one. I like Carla Morrison, which I often get compared to. But what I like about her is the way she started is somewhat how I find myself right now. And I think I have a lot of respect for that. But I don't listen to her that much lately. I would say Kali Uchis is one of like my right now. Yeah, and this question always fucks with me because I feel like it's like they put me on a spot and I can never think of like an artist because I listen to like a lot, or sometimes I don't listen to anything.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you recommend to people listen to? That's what I always like.
That could be the same answer.
It could be the same answer, but it could bring up.
Listen to Gabi Bravo. She's like super.
There we go.
There we go.
Love it.
Please,
You're like, please.
please follow me on
Trying to pay
Instagram.
rent. Please listen to Gabi Bravo.
My rent is due on the 15th,
Best comedian out of
Would be
Watsonville.
helpful.
and I need gas money to get back to Watsonville. So
If not, JD's making me sleep in the vans over here.
Oh, yeah, you can sleep in that Amazon van.
hey, do you think I can stay the night here?
The converted van. All right, I got a question for you.
All right.
What is the worst show experience you've ever had? We've all had one.
The voice party?
Well, there was this
Dumbass
one
podcast
podcast show. Just kidding.
They kept talking about pond and windshield wipers.
Wait, so what is the question?
Okay, worst live experience, like live show experience. Performance.
Oh, like performance.
Like start to finish, like sound check was
Terrible.
bad, performance was bad, gear wasn't working, or the venue, whatever. You don't have to name people per se.
Oh yeah,
But
this
we
was
like,
Unless
we
you
like
wanna name
names.
We like names.
Nah,
but
this,
it's up to you.
this this was way back. This wasn't solo. This was as a band, and we had like 6 people in our band, so it was horrible. Because like having to do sound for like 6 people, and then
Someone wants something different, or
well, like just getting the sound and us not knowing, being super new as a band, it was kind of like we played at this venue in San Jose. It was called JJ Blues. I don't know if they're still open, but we recorded the whole thing, and there was like one lady talking shit the entire time. You could hear her in the background. We couldn't save any song at all. It was like, and she's like, yeah, no, and I was like,
you could make those into TikToks now and just
yeah.
Wait, what was she saying?
Capitalize off that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Can you hear what she was saying, or was she talking about like you
I
guys?
think she would go back and forth, like having a normal conversation, and then like bringing up something about the band, or just kind of like,
Are they gonna play the whole time? Like
that chick fucking sucks. No, but then I also remember like the sound was kind of confusing. By then I was like trying 2 mics. I was having like an effective mic, and also
Cool. Yeah.
I was trying to do that because I saw Bomba Stereo do that, and I was like, I want that.
That's cool. Yeah. I tried that for a sec too.
But it wasn't the best thing, because the sound guy was like making both mics wet basically, and I was like, I only need like effects on this one and reverb on this one and all the other stuff that I have going on, and I need this to be like my dry mic.
Did you have an effect box with you? Oh, so he was adding stuff to
both, and I was like, oh, I'm so confused at this point. Like,
wait, dry mic means no effects? I've never heard that.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. I mean, you might have like a little EQ and reverb, but like it's not like
enhanced.
Well, like you can have an effect box, and it could be like auto tune soundy. It's like effects, robot voice, arena voice. I mean, it could be whatever.
Yeah, and it was just a lot going on, and I got confused about like which one. So then that made me look bad, because I was like, they're both the same at this point. And I think the guy who booked us, he's really kind. He had a lot of hope in me and the band. He's like, you guys suck, but you guys are great. I was like, for some reason, I understand what you're saying. Like, you see potential, but we're not there yet. And we came back a few times. And I remember one time I fell. I was trying to. Because I would always get off stage to dance, something that I did with the band. I would get off stage and dance with people, and I ended up tripping over the cable and I fell. But it was like total rockstar move, because then I was like, woo, and then like somebody picked me up, and I was like, okay, I'm back on.
This is all part of the show, everyone.
It's part of the fucking show. You'll never know. Yeah.
You ever forget lyrics on stage?
Oh, all the time.
Hell yeah.
But I just
I like how quick
play it off like it's all part of the plan.
Well, I want.
Of course, motherfucker. Like
you're lying if you
you're
don't.
Like,
fucking
no, I'm perfect.
Yeah, no,
you're a fucking liar.
Even though you wrote them yourself, huh?
Yeah.
I forgot like the line to one of my punchlines the other day. I was like,
That's horrible because like everybody's looking at you and
Yeah, you're
everybody's
fucked.
just you. It's just you there.
it's all right. I played it
If
off.
there's music, you can at least be like, no.
How did you play that off though? That's
I just
crazy.
said, fuck that joke.
Okay.
That's a good way too.
Okay.
It's like,
I'll give you that.
yeah.
I'll laugh at that. I was like, okay.
And people laughed. I was
Yeah.
like, cool. All right, cool.
He's like, nope.
Tell a whole story. There's no actual punchline to it. That's a great bit.
And I just went over to, you guys like Five Guys Burgers?
Yeah.
And then everyone was like, oh, yeah.
Just like keep changing subjects right before the
no
the
punchlines today, guys. I'm not doing. I don't feel like doing punchlines. I'm just doing this.
That within itself is the joke.
Just fuck that joke all the
that
time.
joke. Yeah.
That's so funny.
I'm gonna leave out the funny part. Hope you like it. DJ, hit that shit. Like, when you go live, when you go perform live now, for you, do you just like bring your keyboard by yourself, or do you have a band?
Just my husband.
Just your husband. Like that guy. What was that guy's name? Julio Morones. Have you seen him?
Oh no.
Oh, he's a blind guy. He has like 4 keyboards and he just does his whole ensemble.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's faking it.
It's play.
And remembers which keyboard.
Yeah,
and
just like
which
move
part.
to the left.
Like those guys. The guys.
Bro, he can so see.
No, his eyes are like white. It could be context.
I'm joking.
It could be content. No, I'm just kidding.
Stevie Wonder.
Like Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder.
Have you heard? You heard of?
Yeah, there's theories that he
there's
can
theories
see.
that he can see.
Yeah.
You heard about that?
I have not heard that theory.
There's
You have you heard about
there's
that?
been that theory forever.
Shaq said it, man. That guy could see.
Yeah. Shaq said
Shaq said it. I was in the elevator with him. He walked in. He said, "What's up, Shaq?" And I was like, "Nah, this motherfucker can see."
It's called echolocation, and Shaq is a big dude, man.
He has fucking sonar.
Beep, beep. Oh,
Like
that's
a
gotta be
dolphin.
Shaq.
You know the sonar?
Yeah.
You want to know a story about Stevie Wonder, you guys?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Story?
I want to hear.
No, I don't.
I think
No,
I've
I'm
shared.
joking.
I think I've shared this
Yeah.
story with you guys. When I was working Chase Center, when they first before it opened, they had a show for all the owners, like 12 tables. It was a small, for the whole Chase Center, 12 tables, and they had like fancy catering and fucking entertainment for the night with Stevie Wonder.
That's awesome.
And this is like, I'm probably gonna turn this into a bit.
Yeah.
But
I'm ready.
my homeboy, my coworker, we were like talking because we were there. And we kind of saw it from afar. We're like, do you think Stevie Wonder knows how many people are in the audience right now?
Yeah, it probably does. Either they told him or he can see clearly.
No, he can hear.
12
voice is
tables, bro.
different.
12 tables. Like 6 people at each table.
6 tops, 10
Or-
tops,
no, but probably like 10.
10, 12 tops.
But I was just like, damn, like these motherfuckers are rich. Like they just,
60 people just have Stevie Wonder.
for Stevie Wonder. Like all the owners and their families.
Oh, it was like 10 owners?
Intimate as heck.
I don't know if 10 owners, but it was like I don't know, like
The top people
the top
in
people
charge.
and for the Warriors. But I was just thinking, like at the moment, I thought Stevie thinks this place is packed out. I don't mean to laugh at that, but like that's what I thought.
You can hear the
And then
echo.
it reminded
He goes,
it reminded me. Have you seen Eyes Wide Shut?
No.
Yeah.
You remember the scene where they had the guys blindfolded playing for some Illuminati party? That's what it reminded me of. Except this blind guy's actually blind here,
right.
But anyways, that's my.
Anyway.
That would be a cool, get to a point where you're doing gigs like that, where 10 tables, private gig, probably making hella money.
Those are money makers.
Money makers, yeah.
No fans though.
No,
I want to make money.
yeah.
And I also want to have fans.
Doesn't that kind of suck right now? Like,
Time to go blind.
that's
I
like,
just ordered my new contacts on Amazon. My blind contacts.
we should all show up here with like all black pupils. All
It's
black eyes.
it's the new way to go blind.
All right, I'll stop.
But what's it called? No. Yeah, like we're at that stage right now where, like, if you want money, right? Like you can go start doing corporate stuff, but like no one cares
Sign me up.
about your music. You know what I mean? Like you're there for entertainment. That's when they want 2-hour shows, and you're like, I don't even have 2 hours worth of music.
But that's also
Me
where-
personally, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then you can go and they'll be like, hey, we got this great opportunity. Either you owe us money to play or you're not getting nothing. And you know what I mean? And you're like, okay, there's a potential to make some fans.
I'll ask you guys as musicians, you know, in that sense, like, because I've heard of like comics getting paid good to go perform in boat like cruises. Yeah.
Sorry.
Musicians too.
Musicians too. Like, does like for you, for instance, does it matter? Like you go perform anywhere, or is there a specific type of show you want to do mostly? Like, do you have is there a conflict artistically that you have when like gigs like that, like doing a corporate gig, like would you, I mean, I'm sure for a lot of people that's not where they would want to focus, like 10 tables, you know, maybe as opposed to a venue like, you know, something like a small theater where you can fill it up with people that are there because they like your music.
If I get paid, I'll go.
That's a philosophy right there.
Hey,
but
get these bills paid.
But yeah, gotta get back to Watsonville, people.
Pragmatism.
But obviously there is a specific kind of show that I feel most
At home.
At home, yeah, like the night ones, the ones with lighting.
You get to express yourself.
Yeah, the ones where people are drunk and everything.
And sad.
And sad. And
It just came from a Lana Del Rey show.
yeah. But I do like to support the community. I do get hit up a lot for festivals and things like that. So and that's how I've met a lot of people too. And those are the ones that usually are happy to connect you with other people in the community that are passionate about their own art. And so nighttime shows are like my favorite. For some reason, like daytime shows, I'm like,
but you make connections at those for sure. Yeah. No, and that's what I see. Like sometimes I'll do a show where it's like, oh man, there's not a lot of people here. Kind of sucks. I came all this way, but from doing this, I might get 2 or 3 gigs. Yeah,
definitely. And the ones that would turn down are the ones that are 20 minutes and far away. I feel like I'm gravitating towards not doing less than 30. I do 30 or more. Like
30 or more.
Like a set of 30 or
30
more.
minutes.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's reasonable.
What is that like 30 like in 30 minutes how many songs?
30 minutes usually, it depends how long.
It depends on what kind of music you make.
Oh,
Yeah.
No, but I mean specifically for you, like what is that?
For me, it depends on, like, I always like to count. I used to write super long songs, and now I'm like, no, I'm gonna
15 minutes.
I used to write like
Super long intros and stuff.
Yeah.
When we get back from this intermission, I'll finish this solo, guys.
No, but I'm definitely writing shorter songs now.
Okay.
So I feel like a 30-minute, I don't know. How long?
For me,
I feel like you're asking him. Like,
we have like our longest songs maybe at the 4-minute mark.
Yeah.
Our shortest
you did 30 minutes at Yoshi's.
250.
Right?
No, we did. Yeah, you're right. So maybe like we'll be, if we don't talk, if I don't take in talking breaks or anything, we can get in 7 to 10 songs.
Yeah, same.
Pretty short.
30 minutes, yeah.
But that's one after the other.
Yeah.
If I'm taking talking breaks, 7 songs.
Do you talk? Like he just said, do you talk? Like
sometimes.
Okay.
I think at the beginning I do like a soft intro and then I'd be like, my name is Gabi Bravo, or like somewhere in between.
That's exactly how she does her intros. My name is Gabi Bravo.
And then just play something sad.
I was like, okay, thank you.
You guys ready to get sad?
Who's ready to cry?
Woo!
You know, it'd be amazing if we like see her like at the San Francisco like American Great Music Hall, and then we all just bring one windshield wiper.
Oh,
yeah.
that would make me cry.
Instead of lighters, we just bring windshield wipers.
That's a great idea.
Sky full of windshield wipers.
You should write a song called
Windshield
Wiper.
I will.
Please do it for us.
Yes.
One windshield wiper. I'll abbreviate it.
We only want 1 point on that song.
Yeah.
One windshield. How do you abbreviate? One. So O.
One
The
windshield.
WW.
OWW. That's gonna be the title.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. what's happening.
One windshield wiper. There you go. We just wrote it right there. It just writes itself.
Yeah.
How's it been, like, especially this last, what would you say, 5 years? Like, it's really, so I mean, it's been helpful for longer than that, but like, how's it been using social media to put your stuff out there? Because now that's like, I mean, shit, that's the most useful tool for musicians, artists,
Yeah.
Podcasters,
comedians.
Yeah.
I started with Facebook, didn't do so well. I jumped into Instagram way back, and I feel like that has been my platform where I'm most alive. And I try YouTube. Like, I have stuff on YouTube, but I don't dedicate time. Unfortunately, I probably should, but I don't. Like, my views are so bad on YouTube.
Like, what are your TikTok? Are you on TikTok at all?
I don't have TikTok, but I used to.
I was gonna say I found a page of yours on TikTok, but it looked like it hadn't been touched in a while.
You know what? I'm gonna go back to TikTok and get on it, because I started with the idea of making a music TikTok, and guess what? I started just doing videos of my dogs because I was like, damn, nobody's liking anything of my music.
You just got to be consistent.
So
just keep posting music.
Yeah, and so thank you. So I think I will go back to that.
Also, you know what they say, right? Be careful what you go viral for. So, like, if you do post your dogs and stuff a lot in the middle of your music, and then you go viral for a dog video, then when you start posting music again, no one's going to care about that. They just want more dog videos.
Yeah.
So
We want the dog videos.
So they always say, be careful what you go viral for. So if you can go viral 100%, it's going to be 100, 200 videos before something happens. But, like, you got to stay consistent. That's literally what it is.
One night, I have 2 Instagrams. One is a personal, but I never really go on it. And I did a reel of my dogs. And then at night, I started hitting bloop, 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 bloop. And I was like, oh my God, am I going viral? And it's like, nah, it was just a bunch of people liked that one video. But I was like, damn, I could, like, spend so much time on this, like, music one, and then it just, nobody cares about it.
That's funny you said that.
Story over lives.
2 of my videos have gone viral on TikTok. One was a skit that I did with another comic, and I post clips of this, and then the other one was a video I made of him for Christmas. Remember that one?
Yes.
It's just him eating Mexican food at my Christmas party.
So wholesome,
and that went viral, and none of, like, the ones that I post about this have gone as viral as those. It's a trip.
But it still counts as a voice party thing.
Oh yeah.
You know, like,
I liked it. I mean, it definitely grabbed my attention when I saw it. I was like, I want to go there.
it's a magical place.
It is. It's beautiful out here.
when we're getting close to the end, and before we go, like,
No.
I know. We want to ask you, like, well, first, where your social media people could follow you, can listen to your music, and another thing, anything we left out that you want to put out there.
Yeah. So the best way to follow me is on Instagram is gabibravo.music, and that's GABI.bravo music.
And what's your TikTok?
By the time this comes out, you got to be back.
To be continued, I promise I'll bring it back.
TikTok's link in the Instagram bio.
Yes, definitely. And also link on my bio to go to my Spotify. I'm on Spotify as Gabi Bravo, GABI. I always like to spell it out because people do BBY, and it's GABI for Gabi Bravo. Also on Spotify. I already said that.
One more time.
YouTube and Spotify.
And don't forget Spotify.
Yeah, you can also, like, blast my music on Instagram if you want to, like, tag my songs to use them for your little videos or whatnot.
Thank you.
You can find me there, and everywhere, really. You can search me on Pandora, iTunes, or Apple Music. I don't know, like, the distribution does a bunch of random platforms that I don't even listen to, but you can find me. You can find me. You have no excuse.
Quick question: what distribution are you using?
A CD Baby.
CD Baby. Okay.
Yeah, but I heard.
How do you like that?
I haven't explored with other ones, but I feel like it's about time.
DistroKid.
Because I heard what?
DistroKid.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
That's what we switched over from TuneCore to DistroKid. So much better.
Okay, I'll switch.
Yeah.
Is that for
distribution?
And
to, like,
I heard
get us
good
on
things about TuneCore too. So if you're on DistroKid, that's
TuneCore was great when everything was kind of even playing, but DistroKid has more connection with TikTok. Also,
Is that like Anchor for musicians?
it's yeah.
Okay, got it.
That's good to know. I've heard it before, and
And the 2-chord's just really expensive.
yeah,
DistroKid's a little cheaper.
yeah, heard. Okay, thank you. I think I know where to go. Leads me to the next thing. I will be releasing music soon. Don't have a date, but it's
2023.
2023 for sure. And I'm working a lot on a lot of music, and I'm collaborating with Flaco. I already mentioned that on a song.
Who?
And Flaco Alejandro.
What the fuck is that?
Hi, Flaco.
Oh,
I'm gonna send them the.
¿Y ese quién es? Yeah.
And also, we talked about this earlier. Like I told you about a venue in Richmond that wants to put on music, so you got to come out. Hopefully, summertime. Come out to summertime sadness.
Sad Go Pop 2023.
We got to have you back.
100%.
Yeah, have me back anytime.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
When you have new music out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes, for sure. Thank you again for coming out.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. You reaching out. You know, we'd love to have you back anytime. When you make new music, like you said.
Okay. not any time before.
We're gonna have
Don't come back yet.
Don't even
pressure.
contact us.
No
before
Don't
that.
think about it.
Don't you think about hitting us up until you come up with new music. and next time you come, we'll have windshield wipers here for you.
Okay.
You better have your TikTok back up.
I wish I had saved some bucks buying you windshield wipers, and I just would have asked you guys to buy those for me.
We'll bring some windshield
Might
wipers
have
next
some
time.
here. We could take one.
We just take them off the cars here.
they won't miss him.
What kind of car is it? What kind of car do you have?
It's a Toyota.
There's a Toyota right here. Oh, that's been the.
Can we get some new tires too while we're at it? 'Cause-
Dude, these have brand new rims. We're good.
All right.
That's been the voice party.
And we're out.
That was good.
It's fantastic.
My ears are sweating.
Oh, my ears hurt.